Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
Steve Bannon just got on stage and made an epic prediction for 2020 that has Trump supporters cheering. Former White House chief strategist and current Breitbart editor-in-chief Steve Bannon addressed the Values Voter Summit in Washington, D.C., on Saturday with a message all Trump voters are going to love. President Trump isn't only going to finish this term, but he's going to finish with 400 electoral votes in 2020. Getting 400 electoral votes is difficult but certainly possible. As the Washington Examiner notes, George H.W. Bush won 426 electoral votes against Democrat Michael Dukakis during the 1988 election. Before then, Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, and Franklin D. Roosevelt each won an election with over 500 electoral votes. Bannon left the White House earlier this year, but is working hard to shore up support for the president's base. President Trump was dealt several disappointments with Congress's failure to deliver health care reform, but last week he began making moves to bring changes himself, ending Obamacare subsidies and signing an executive order allowing for cheaper health care coverage across state lines. With moves like these, President Trump is showing that he is delivering on the promises he made to the American people during his 2016 election. If the next 3 years prove to be more of the same, Steve Bannon's prediction might just come true. HT Washington Examiner. Newt Gingrich just pointed out one major thing about Trump and critics can't handle it. Newt Gingrich praised President Trump's recent moves in foreign and domestic policy on AM 970's The Answer Sunday morning, noting that Democrats and establishment Republicans, among others, are unhappy with his recent successes. Donald Trump really is draining the swamp, and the alligators are really unhappy. This guy is actually doing what he said he would do. We're getting conservative judges nominated. We are getting regulations rolled back. He continued. We're getting a much more aggressive pro-American trade policy and pro-American foreign policy. The other side sees this as the end of their way of life. President Trump has been calling out politicians on both sides of the aisle for obstruction, corruption, and not keeping their promises to the American people. Some politicians just can't seem to cope. Gingrich went on to say how President Trump's more aggressive America First foreign policy plan has led to victories abroad, most recently the rescue of American hostages by Pakistani troops in Afghanistan. The Pakistanis understand how much tougher and how much more aggressive the Trump administration is than the Obama administration. And I think they're trying to find some way to appease us because they know that we are very angry at them. Remember, they had bin Laden in their country for a decade. As a result, they're scrambling to find a way to appease us. President Trump's America First plan helped save those Americans taken hostage, which many critics are going to find hard to admit. Gingrich nailed it. Not only is he whipping the establishment politicians into shape, but Pakistan and the rest of the world have woken up to the fact that America is not going to be taken advantage of with President Trump at the helm. Love our president? Share it out. HT The Hill. Last straw. Hollywood just took the only thing Harvey Weinstein had left. Just when the world thought Harvey Weinstein had hit rock bottom, the people of Hollywood found one more thing to take away from the sick pervert. He had already been fired from his movie company. His wife has filed for divorce from him. The U.S. Justice Department made him cancel his rehab in Europe in case he fled. All he had left was his chair on the board for the Oscars. Not anymore. Greater than last night, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences finally decided to expel Weinstein from their board. The move came just hours after British actress Lisette Anthony came out and detailed a time Weinstein allegedly raped her. Apparently, The first dozen allegations against the producer and his admittance to many of them were not enough to make them kick the guy. Yeah, sure, it's good that they finally cut him off, but why the hell did it take them so long? Last week nobody on the left would say a bad word about Harvey. They are all guilty of covering for him, the film academy, famous actors and producers, even Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. We cannot let them sweep this under the rug and pretend like it didn't happen. Weinstein was the kingpin of the Democrats in Hollywood and the absolute money man for a lot of their little political games. Let's hold them all accountable by making sure everyone sees this for themselves. Trump was right. Obama did the unthinkable to our national monuments and Trump's out to fix it. There is a massive fight going on over the future of America's national monuments. You see, there's this thing called the Antiquities Act, and it's really old. It allows presidents to set aside huge amounts of federal land as national monuments, which protect them from future development. Sounds like a liberal thing, right? Obama abused the act, locking up way more land from any development than 16 other presidents in the last 100 years. Conservatives are moving to restrict a president's power to lock up land, because it prevents communities from using said land to create jobs. And Trump is fully in favor of allowing his power to be curtailed in this way. Trump has called the act another egregious abuse of federal power. Of course, the libs are freaking out. Because they don't like to create jobs, they just like to make it hard for businesses to do business. They are acting as if reform to the Antiquities Act will get rid of all national monuments, and as if Republicans, and Trump, just don't care about them. But the conservative bill still gives presidents the power to declare monuments of up to 640 acres without restriction. If they try, however, to lock up more than that, they would have to meet other conditions, like environmental reviews and approval by state and local officials. Libs, always over-dramatizing everything. If you like jobs and what Trump is doing, please share this everywhere and comment Trump as a jobs creator. T. The Hill. Trump just humiliated Obama in the best way ever and the media won't show it. President Trump just unleashed a massive crackdown on the National Park Service, NPS, after years of complaints of sexual assault that went ignored under the Obama administration. Interior Department Secretary Ryan Zinke announced a new plan on Friday that would combat the NPS widespread and pervasive culture of harassment and discrimination. The NPS has struggled with sexual harassment problems for years, and in 2016 a bombshell report was released finding long-term pattern of sexual harassment and hostile work environment, particularly within the Grand Canyon District National Park Service. Remember who was president back in 2016? That's right, Barack Obama. The House Committee on the Oversight and Government Reform reported after a hearing in June 2016 that more than 20 claims of sexual harassment and misconduct were reported at offices in the Grand Canyon River District and Canaveral National Seashore during the past 15 years. This is totally sick. Female rangers were fearing to go to work because their pervert colleagues were sexually harassing them. And did Obama's NPS director Jonathan Jarvis fire any of those creeps? Nope. A new sheriff is in town, and despite what Democrats and the left-wing media want people to believe, this administration is here to stick up for victims of sexual assault. The DOI released a report showing that 38% of NPS employees have been harassed or discriminated against on the job. That era is over. Zinke said in a statement. I've removed a number of people who were abusive or acted improperly that other administrations were too afraid to or just turned a blind eye to. Under my leadership, we're going to hold people accountable. We are also fixing the problem of victims being afraid of retaliation or inaction by codifying the right for victims to report abuse to any manager in any location across the service, and by bringing on an independent, investigative partner. Hell yes! The Trump administration is showing the world how to deal with sexual predators, and this juxtaposition is especially pertinent in the wake of Democrat bankroller Hollywood exec and serial assaulter Harvey Weinstein's public disgrace. Share this out if you are proud of our president. HT Daily Caller. Take that. McMaster just silenced media with what Trump's really doing in Iran. Just days ago, Trump announced that he will not recertify Obama's shady Iran deal. Trump has said it's the worst deal ever, and he means it. But he's aware that, because of where Obama put us, it wouldn't do us any good to simply trash the whole thing now. National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster has come out strongly in favor of Trump's announcement, saying it's making it possible for our allies, and Iran, to fix what's wrong with the deal. It is a weak deal that is being weekly monitored, and so the president has made clear he will not permit this deal to provide cover for what we know is a horrible regime to develop a nuclear weapon. McMaster just said on Fox News Sunday. What the president has done is, he has set out a marker to Iran, our allies and our partners, that we have to fix fundamental flaws in this deal. While our allies have come out and said they stand by the deal, McMaster stated that they are already revisiting the terms of the deal. France, Germany and the UK support more rigorous enforcement and monitoring. You gotta love our president, y'all. He's looking for real change in enforcement and monitoring that will make our world safe from this dangerous regime, with real nuclear capability. And our allies are coming along. If he sees real change, he will not completely scrap the deal. It's the art of the deal, y'all. And our president truly makes it an art. If you're proud of our president, please share everywhere, and comment I agree with Trump's stance on Iran. H.T. The Hill.